Well, g'day again. Here I am in another part of my yard, and this time I'm going to show you those pumpkins that I started talking about last time I spoke to you. Now this is an interesting area up here because it's next to a secondary road, and I've had to put in the fence along here with gates so that I can get back in. Anyway, let's turn it around and we'll have a look at what we're doing. Okay, there's the fence, and if I just swing down here, you'll see my gates. And a car driving past. There's quite a few houses down that way, and I'll just give you another peek of my my veggie garden and show you where I am in the garden in relationship to down there the black and white sapote and a few other things. And there's a beautiful hippeastrum just there. I enjoy hippeastrums. I've got quite a few growing. And if we come around, I'm still developing this garden. I've got to develop this section out here. I've got wood chips there that have been sitting there for some time, and I will use that to spread over the top of my soil, which is bare at the moment, and then I'll throw the grass clippings over the top of that. A fair bit of work to do. I'm basically going to bring it out to the tree line here and create a pumpkin patch. Now, I went a little bit silly. I do that all the time. I try to compact everything in too tight, and if you have a look here, you'll notice that there's some young corn coming up. So whilst those pumpkins are growing this way, I decided to put some tall corn in. May have a bit of trouble getting through it, but the end result is this soil will be producing multiple things. Now let's have a look at these pumpkins over here. Have a look at that. All the way along the fence line here. Now some people might see that as a bit silly, because those pumpkins are going to grow outside into the grass areas out there. But my whole perspective is to grow them towards where I'm standing. Last year I grew around this tree, and they shot up there 10 feet before the grey pumpkins produced fruit. So this year I'm starting out there with all these different pumpkins and melons, and I'm growing them towards me, and as they grow this way, they'll reach that 10-foot zone and start to produce well inside my yard where it's much more protected. I have here a beautiful tree. This is a myrtle, a lemon myrtle. And I don't know if you've made any cups of tea out of the lemon myrtles, but if you haven't got one and you can put one in your yard, I suggest that you get one because they make a beautiful cup of tea. Underneath is a rosemary, and as you can see, some of these pumpkins have actually got to a very, very good size very, very early on, and they're starting to grow this way. You can see this one just here. If I go down in a bit closer, you can see he's producing. I've just got to push him across a little bit, and I'll be able to send him down where I want him to. If I can't get them to bend the right way, I just wait till they get a bit longer, and then I just roll them around so that they follow, like this one, back into an area out here. Now, last year when I grew them, and I grew them here, I wasn't able to mow. Do you know what I discovered by not being able to mow? See how there's some tall grass I've got to get rid of in that area there? I found that they grew through that really well, and it held the moisture in. So by allowing your pumpkins to grow on grass, and the grass grows up, you find that they will grow, hold moisture better, and therefore are protected. You do have to do a few protective things in relationship to the wetness of the soil or the wetness of the grass with the pumpkins, because you don't want them to rot on the bottom. So you've got to lift them off the ground, and a number of ways in which we'll do that later on. Okay, well this is my pumpkin patch, my melon patch. I've got watermelon, I've got honeydew, I've got Piel de Sapo, I've got Rockmelons, if I haven't said that already. I've got grey pumpkins, I've got Queensland blue pumpkins, and I've got a few other pumpkins stuck in there to see if they'll grow. Everything working together into an extremely rich soil. And if I have a look at this, you'll see that that's extremely beautiful soil with mushroom compost mixed into it. I hope you enjoy my gardening sojourn, Phil's gardening sojourn, and if you're really interested, I'll talk to you about subscribing. I'll let you subscribe and we'll have chats at times. I'm showing you a tree right now that I really like, but I've had a lot of trouble with, and I've got a little bit of work to do to try to bring him back to life, but I've put soil around him. This is an orange, a citrus. It was doing okay until the deer assaulted it for a few years, and right now it's starting to grow a little bit, and it's a blood orange, and I hope that one day this blood orange will be showing me the beautiful oranges that you get over in Spain, because they are a stunning orange to grow. Anyway, it's time to sign off, and I'll say goodbye for now. Thank you for listening, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.